Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'm going to be giving you two of my best tips for tomorrow's racing, where I'll be focusing on the Jumpers Bumpers card at Kempton. Before we get into that, quickly just want to review our results today. At the current time of recording, I still do have one tip to run, which is Secret Potion in the final race at Wolverhampton, so hopefully we can get a good run there from David Probert and Ron Harris. Also as well, I'll quickly just talk about my nap. My nap today was very disappointing. Woke Media advertised at 5 to 1 and really was about that price for the majority of the day, and was a little bit weak before the off. And to be fair, she just had no excuses today. She just bumped into Host, been knocking on the door quite a few times during his career, but he got his deserved win today. And yeah, she just wasn't good enough on the day, and that unfortunately just brings our nice little streak of winning naps to an end, but you're not going to be perfect every day. You're going to have your ups and downs, and unfortunately we were down with that one today, but like I said, fingers crossed we can get a good result in our last tip of the day at Wolverhampton. So yeah, let's get into it then. Two tips for tomorrow's racing on the Jumpers Bumpers card at Kempton. And I understand for some of you that these races don't always float your boat, because you can get some weird results, but sometimes I think the bookmakers price these races up wrong, and there's always a bit of value to be had out there, and hopefully we can find some decent price winners tomorrow. And we're going to be starting with my first tip in the 105, my next best, and I'm going with a horse here called Pop the Champagne for Max Kendrick claiming 3, who's riding for Graham McPherson. Now this horse was a very impressive winner, I thought, coming from the clouds on her debut at Lingfield to win one of these Jumpers Bumpers races. I thought it was a very good performance from her, because if you go back and watch the race, like I said, she came from an absolute country mile back, and I just don't think really the sharp nature of the track at Lingfield would have suited her, but the way she picked up and she hit the line hard was very, very impressive. And I think the more galloping nature of Kempton will probably suit her tomorrow. Also as well, she will have to carry a penalty for that win, but Max Kendrick is able to claim 3. But I just thought there was a lot to like about the way she won it that day, and I thought she could improve from that. There's quite a few horses in here towards the top of the market that I'm not that keen on. Kimmins is a half sister to Santini, and also as well a few other nice types in her pedigree, but to me she just didn't look like she liked these kind of races on her debut. But I understand why people get carried away. Obviously the nice pedigree, the Nicky Henderson factor with JP McManus, but that Kimmins isn't for me. Obviously I could eat up my words there. Also as well, I know that Alan King's got a horse in here, but that's going to have to improve. Harry Whittington's got a horse in here. I just thought there was quite a few horses in here at the top of the market. There should be bigger prices, and I thought Pop the Champagne would be round about a 7-2 kind of chance, 4 to 1 kind of chance, because she's one of the only winners in the field, and she did the job quite nicely last time out. So yeah, for that reason, I think there is a little bit of value here to be had in Pop the Champagne. Currently back at 13 to 2 at bookmakers. That's available with Skybet, who are offering 4 places on the race. And as my next best of the day, I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way bet there. So hopefully we can get off to a good start. And I'll be disappointed if she couldn't build on her Lingfield run and at least make the frame. So that's going to be my next best there. We then go to the 4:45 at Kempton, where my nap of the day comes here, and it's going to be a horse called Shut the Box, which is currently available with Paddy Power at 12 to 1. I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way bet here for Tom Cannon and Chris Gordon. Now, lots of people that follow me will always know that I always tend to put up a Chris Gordon horse every now and again, because he is one of my local trainers, and I always keep out an eye for his horses, and I've been fortunate, like I said a few times now, to visit his yard on a few occasions over the last couple of years. And this horse, Shut the Box, has been a really consistent type for him. He does struggle to get his head in front, he's finished 2nd and 3rd on quite a few of his recent starts over hurdles, and also as well over fences. But I think in a race of this nature, he could have a very good chance. And if you go back through his form and you go back far enough, when he was running in bumpers, he was actually running okay. He made the frame, I think, on all 3 starts in his bumper run, so he did all right there. And also as well, if you look at Chris Gordon's record in bumpers, he tends to do quite well, and sometimes they can win at some big prices. Chris Gordon as well is having on paper what looks like it could be his best ever season if he continues the way he's gone about his business over the last few months. I know they did have a quiet spell a couple of weeks ago where they closed down the yard, but they've had a few runners since then. They had a winner, and then they also as well sent a few horses to Kempton the other day where some of their big guns ran really well. Comanche Red put up a good fight, just went down in second place, and a nice mare that they have made her debut called Grange Clare Knight, and she'd been entered in quite a few decent races, including a couple of black type races, so she ran okay. She ran on late in the day to finish in fourth, but she would have learnt a lot that day. And I think the horses aren't running too badly for Chris, and I think they shut the box in the nature of this race with 4 places on offer. Paddy Parrot 12-1. I think this is quite a huge price for this horse. I can see why some of the ones at the top of the betting maybe are slightly shorter, you know, on some of their form, but I sometimes think you should take some of that form out the window, you know, and always look for a bit of value. So for me, shut the box. I do think there's a bit of value for him tomorrow, and that's why he's going to be my nap of the day, but it's just a small kind of stakes day tomorrow. Obviously, a lot of this form, like I said, can get thrown out the window, but I just thought I'd give you a couple of pokes tomorrow on some horses that I will be definitely backing. So yeah, hopefully Shut the Box can give us a good run in the last race at Kempton tomorrow. So quickly just recap. In the 105 at Kempton is the next best of the day. That's Pop the Champagne. Hopefully he'll get to do that. He's 13-2 each way with Skybet, who offer him 4 places, recommending a 0.5 each way then. And then the same stake level for the 445 at Kempton, and that's Shut the Box at 12-1, 4 places, Paddy Power. So if you're enjoying these videos, please remember to hit the thumbs up button and then subscribe here to my YouTube channel at LuckyLoaders15. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that's the best place to do so, on social media, where my handle is at LuckyLoader15. And if you want to know a little bit more about myself and my career in racing, my website address is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So please game responsibly. Hopefully we can have a couple of winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.